Ladies and gentlemen, Raiders Nation, buckle up because the Silver and Black just made a move that's got everyone buzzing in the AFC West. Imagine this, in the shadow of the Death Star, that's Allegiant Stadium for the uninitiated. Your Las Vegas Raiders are shaking up their roster mid-season, chasing that elusive win to snap a brutal 4-game skid. What does it take to turn the tide in a division stacked with beasts like the Chiefs, Broncos, and Chargers? Depth, grit, and a little special teams magic. Today, we're diving deep into the Raiders' latest defensive tweak, signing linebacker Jon Rhattigan off the Pittsburgh Steelers practice squad. This isn't just a roster shuffle, it's a statement of commitment to excellence, echoing the legendary motto coined by the late, great Al Davis himself. Let's break it down from the top. On Tuesday, the Raiders welcomed Jon Rhattigan to the active roster, a move announced with a simple but telling tweet from his agency, JL Sports. Congratulations to client Jon Rhattigan signing with the Raiders' active roster. Rhattigan, a versatile special teams ace, brings a fresh spark to a defense that's been leaky lately. He suited up for just one game with the Steelers this year, logging 6 snaps on special teams in Week 2, but don't let the limited defensive reps fool you. This guy's a coverage machine. Over 5 NFL seasons, he's played in 53 games, racking up 44 tackles and a fumble recovery. His bread and butter? Special teams, where he's logged a whopping 1,024 snaps. That's the kind of hustle that can flip momentum in those nail-biting fourth-quarter moments, the ones that separate contenders from pretenders. This signing comes hot on the heels of a tough decision, releasing veteran linebacker Jermaine Pratt just a day earlier. Pratt, who inked a deal with the Raiders this offseason, didn't quite mesh after 4 games. He even sat out the team's Week 5 trip, signaling all wasn't right in Silver and Black land. It's a reminder of the cutthroat nature of the NFL. Sometimes, even established talent doesn't click, and you pivot fast. Head coach Pete Carroll, ever the strategist with his roots in that Seahawks dynasty vibe now transplanted to Vegas, addressed the defensive woes head-on. "Yeah, it's longer than I expected it to be," he said, reflecting on the challenges. "It depends on how you put it together. We just got to get it right and get away from the big plays that are causing huge impacts in games." Carroll hammered home the intangibles. Those explosive plays in the kicking game, turnovers for touchdowns, they're killers. "The big stats don't tell the story," he added. "It's about playing good football, running better than your opponent, passing better. Those things win for you." Now, let's zoom in on Rhattigan's journey. It's the stuff of underdog tales that Raiders fans eat up. Undrafted out of the University of Washington, he bounced around, training camp with the Carolina Panthers, then landing on the Steelers' practice squad after cuts. Only 20 defensive snaps in his career? Sure, but in a league where special teams can decide playoffs, like that infamous tuck rule game back in the day against the Patriots, guys like him are gold. Think about it. The Raiders' defense, anchored by stars like Max Crosby, that relentless edge rusher who's terrorizing quarterbacks with his bend and burst, needs depth in the middle. Crosby's already got double-digit sacks in seasons past, but with injuries and inconsistencies, Rhattigan's special teams prowess could stabilize the unit, preventing those game-changing returns that have plagued them. Tactically, this move screams Pete Carroll's influence, prioritizing fundamentals over flash. The Raiders have been hemorrhaging big plays, and special teams miscues have amplified the pain during this losing streak. Compare it to last season. Under Antonio Pierce's interim stint that lit a fire, the defense forced turnovers at a clip that rivaled the '70s squads led by John Madden and Ken Stabler. Those Alameda County glory days, with 3 Super Bowl runs in the 1970s and 80s, were built on a just-win, baby mentality. Rhattigan might not be a Marcus Allen or Charles Woodson, but he's got that blue-collar ethos, much like the rebellious spirit Al Davis instilled when he sued the NFL to move the team to Los Angeles back in '82. Fast forward to Vegas. Allegiant Stadium's gleaming dome hosts a fanbase, Raiders Nation, that's as fierce as ever, waving pirate flags and chanting through the highs and lows. Statistically, let's put this in perspective. The Raiders' defense ranks middling in the AFC West so far, allowing too many explosive plays. Think 20-plus yard gains that echo the Chiefs' aerial assaults led by Patrick Mahomes. Rhattigan's addition bolsters a linebacker core that's seen flux. Without Pratt's run-stopping presence, he had solid tackles in Cincinnati days. They're leaning on guys like Divine Deablo and now this newcomer for coverage. Historically, Raiders linebackers have been legends. Ted Hendricks with his horseshoe mustache, sacking QBs left and right. If Rhattigan gels, he could contribute to forcing fumbles like his career recovery, tipping the scales in rivalry games. Remember the heated clashes with the Broncos? Or those Charger showdowns where special teams blunders cost dearly? This depth play could be the antidote. To give you a taste of the locker room vibe, imagine pulling aside Max Crosby post-practice. "John's got that fire, man," he'd say in a fictional huddle chat. "Special teams is where wars are won. I've seen it. We're building something here in Vegas, turning the page on these losses." Or picture a fan from the Black Hole tailgate. "Raiders Nation's been through relocations from Oakland to LA to here, but we commit to excellence. Rattigan, he's our next underdog story." Even Aiden O'Connell, the young quarterback stepping up behind the legend of Derek Carr, might nod approval. "Defense gives us a shot. Let's end this streak together." Looking ahead, the implications are huge. Week 6 against the Tennessee Titans? That's prime time to debut Rattigan and halt the slide. A win catapults them back into wild card contention, pressuring the West rivals. Predictions? With Carroll tweaking schemes, maybe more hybrid defenses blending Crosby's pass rush with special teams traps, the Raiders could surprise. Expert takes floating around, informed by those gridiron gurus, suggest this bolsters playoff odds by 10 to 15%, especially if injuries stay at bay. Tie it to pop culture, like the Raiders' cameos in movies or their pirate swagger mirroring modern anti-heroes, this move embodies resilience. Current events? As the NFL navigates parity post-Tom Brady era, Vegas is positioning as that wild-card chaos agent. Folks, the Raiders' legacy is one of defiance, from Al Davis battling the establishment to John Madden's booth wisdom still echoing. This Rattigan signing? It's another chapter in that saga. Tune in Sunday as the Silver and Black take on the Titans. Will special teams spark the turnaround? Grab your tickets, stream the game, and join Raiders Nation in chanting for victory. Just win, baby. Stay locked on for more updates. I'm your host, signing off from the neon lights of Las Vegas.